Do you guys like nachos but find it so expensive to eat out nowadays? Well, I do. So today I'm gonna be making some Nacho Supreme.
You're watching the Bare Pantry Show.
Where did I get the name from? From this local restaurant in town that we used to eat at when the kids were little. They would give you a big platter of a bunch of stuff on top of chips and call it Nacho Supreme. The only thing that I'm not gonna put on these nachos today is gonna be refried beans because I didn't plan well enough to cook the beans in the slow cooker last night so we could have refried beans, and I don't like the canned stuff. So we're gonna have the tortilla chips. Let me show you. Joe bought some tortilla chips, but the kids, Joshua and Jada, are gonna eat this for their nachos. I'm not gonna eat this because this already has too much sodium on it. 90 mg of sodium for a serving. And how many pieces are a serving? You guys have to look at the serving size, you know, 11 pieces. So what I'm gonna do is take like 2 corn tortillas, 2 to 3, cut them into 4, and we're gonna fry them ourselves, and so we're gonna have a lot. Why I'm saying 2 to 3 is because I'm counting calories, and the corn tortilla has a lot of calories too, all right, but it's not gonna have built-in salt. For every part of making these nachos, I'm gonna need onion, so I'm dicing up this large onion. And while I'm working in the kitchen, guys, Joe doesn't realize that I have the camera on the dinner table and that I'm actually recording, so he's having a whole conversation with me. So let me grab a bowl. I'm gonna dice up this large tomato. You can use Roma tomato to make your salsa, but I'm using this large tomato, the kind that you would slice up to put on a sandwich. I know it has a name, and if you guys know what the name is, please drop it in the chat below, okay? So I'm gonna put onion, tomato, cilantro that's washed and picked from the stems, some distilled white vinegar and water in this bowl, and then set it aside for my salsa. Why do we put the vinegar? Because it takes the heat off of the onion and it makes your breath not smell. So I'm going to dice up some more onion because I need some for the meat and some for some guac that I'm potentially going to make. That's why I'm putting up the tomato and onion in the fridge. I need lemon juice, but Jada used all my lemon to make some ceviche. So I might borrow some of the juice to make my guac. So I'm putting everything on the meat, onion and cilantro and all my spices, salt, black pepper, garlic powder, and cayenne. You can put what you like on your meat, okay? This cheese is going bad, but don't worry, we're going to salvage it. Let me go ahead and cut this one open. This is brand new. I'm going to grate about half of this, and then I'm going to show you what I do to salvage that cheese, okay, that piece of cheese. So this is some extra sharp cheddar. We're going to make a cheese sauce for our nachos. So I love my little grater because it's sturdy, but it's too small. So see how I salvage the cheese? I'm just going to cut off the mold from all parts of the cheese. Even the parts that doesn't have mold, I'm going to cut. Let me get this last piece, and then I'm going to set this aside in case I need it. Okay, I'm going to use the older one first before I use the next half of the newer one. So now I'm going to grate half of this pepper jack. I love pepper jack in my cheese sauce because of the pepper. It puts a little bit of heat, right? Okay. This is the prep stuff that I don't like to do in cooking. I don't like to grate stuff. So I'm cutting the meat with this tool that my friend Shanika gave me a while back. Hey Shanika, hey Noah, hey Jordan. All right, let me put some butter in my pot. The meat is still going to the left of me. I'm not going to add any onion to this part. The stove doesn't want to light, so I have to strike a match. Sometimes it does this. The reason I'm not going to put any onion in the cheese sauce is because everything else has onion, and sometimes onions will give me a lot of gas issues. We put some all-purpose flour. I'm going to make this roux. If it gets lumpy, stop and just put it through a strainer, okay? I'm adding a little bit of milk. It's going to use milk and heavy cream, 1 cup each. We all love to eat out, but unfortunately for some of us, it's not the healthiest option. How would you like to make better than restaurant quality meals at home? With my second cookbook, The Pantry Laid Bare, you can make Chinese food without all that added MSG. Breads and bagels are a cinch because no appliances are needed. Pizza. It's not delivery, it's the stovetop. These 111 recipes will bring out the inner chef in you. Get a copy today only at www.barepantryshow.com. Shop safely and securely at www.barepantryshow.com. So the cookbook is sponsoring the show, guys. So I've added the milk, given it a stir, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the heavy cream. Remember, it's 1 cup of each. I got to take care of the meat before it burns. I'm trying to multitask here. Then I'm adding the cheese that I grated, both cheese. And I know I'm going to need more because I want this sauce to be thick. So I'm going to grate that half a cheese that I cleaned up. And then I'm going to add it to the mix. I'm not going to add any salt because cheese as a whole has a lot of salt built in. So see, I'm going to save that piece. I will add some Marie Sharp though. Add some spice to it. And this is almost ready, guys. Don't go buy those big 5-pound tin of the nacho cheese because they have a lot of aftertaste and additives and stuff. You can make your own, especially if you're having a little gathering. So the meat's almost done and I will drain it. Don't come for me. Sometimes I don't show you that I drain my ground beef, but I drain it. Joe's gonna fry the corn tortillas for me so I don't have to eat the salty chips. And I'm gonna build my nacho, well, my nacho plate. Put the ground beef. And then I'm going to add some of the cheese. You know what I've noticed lately, guys, because I'm lactose intolerant? When I chew that lactate or swallow that lactate, however I take it, it tends to give me a lot of gas. And then it's painful. So I just rather eat the dairy without the lactate. And if I have to run to the bathroom, oh well. I just have to make sure I stay home if I'm going to eat stuff like this. See, I made the guac. And then I'm going to add sour cream to add insult to injury. I'm probably not going to eat the sour cream though. I just put it here for the picture. Beautiful. You guys, you see how to make nachos? And if you don't want to cook the beans from scratch like I wanted to do and then refry it yourself, I have videos here. Look up in the cards. If you don't want to do all of that, go get that Rosarita stuff. I just don't like that stuff. I don't like things in cans too much. I think the only thing I use out of a can is like fruits now and again when I'm doing a dessert. Or, you know, condensed milk, evaporated milk, stuff like that, and some tomato sauce. I don't do too many canned goods, all right? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. This is the Barepantryshow. So, Jade, what all did you put on the meat already after you washed it with the vinegar?
I did lemon this time.
Lemon? Okay.
Lime water.
Where did you get lemon from?
I found a lime in the fridge.
Oh, a lime, okay.
Salt, pepper, cayenne, onion, garlic powder, basil, a little bit of red pepper flakes. Okay. Cornstarch to like loosen it up a little bit. Cumin.
Dang. No wonder your stuff be tasting so good. You put a lot of stuff, girl.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna like hash this?
Yeah, I'm gonna cook it so it gets all nice and crispy, and then chop it up after.
Maybe we could show some of that in the next video coming up. So Jada bought me this really weird knife and she says it's specifically to cut bread. So I ran into the kitchen and I made a loaf of Belizean Creole bread because it's always soft, right? And it says that the knife can cut through soft bread without crushing it. So let me grab my loaf. I'm going to let it cool down for like 10 minutes only. And then we're going to cut. Look at the weird knife, guys. Hey, it's not crushing the bread. And this is one of my softer bread from my bread book, you know. This is an enriched bread because it's made with coconut milk and all type of stuff. No egg though, but coconut milk and butter and stuff like. Ooh, Lord, beautiful.